Welcome to the Pantano podcast. I'm Jilly, and this is
Evan Savage once again.
And today we're going to be talking about the change or the click or whatever you might call it. It's essentially when you're in school, we see it a lot at Pantano, and you're not as motivated as you should be, which is okay. We all start somewhere, and it just kind of you over time you realize like you'll actually look at the work and you'll be like, wait, I know how to do this. Or like, oh, wait, I think I know what this is talking about. And then you just have that click where you change, your whole mindset changes, and then you actually kind of start to do it. And it happens for a lot of students here.
Yeah. I remember being one of those students. Last year, I spent the entire year here, and I slacked off towards the end of the year. I'd say about halfway through, I just kind of gave up and started abusing the fact that I had a lot more freedom. And now that I'm here this year, I'm just like, I need to graduate. I need to go fill the career that I want to go into.
Yeah, I also had an experience with that. I've been here for 2.5 years, I'd say. And my first year here, I was also going through a lot of personal things, so I just really didn't put in a lot of effort into school. But my school from before that, I just didn't go to school. So in my mind, I'm like, it's just another school. Why am I going to do any of this? And then it wasn't till last year I started really picking up on it and being like, wait, if I just have someone sit down and help me, I can actually understand this. And I think a really big difference with this school to other schools is that with teachers, you can really make that personal connection, and they actually get to know you and get to know how you like to learn compared to other people learning. So I think that helps a lot. And I feel like that personal connection, it just really helps compared to a big, huge high school where it's these teachers have so many students, so they don't have the time to get to know you at all. And it's just kind of do the work. I told you how to do it, now do it. But here it's different. It's they'll work with you if you need one-on-one time, which I definitely needed. Yeah. That works too. I missed a lot of elementary school growing up, so I really with math, I really just I struggled to do multiplication and division. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. So then when teachers would just whip out some AC plus BC or some stuff like that, it's I don't know what you're talking about. But now I actually do understand those things, and I get rather annoyed when other people you talking about? It's yeah. But everyone gets that click at a different pace. It happens at different times. And so it's just kind of everyone at their own pace. And that's what this whole school is all about, in my opinion.
Yeah. Touch up on a little bit of what you said earlier was we were talking about how other teachers at more larger public high schools, they don't really have the necessary time for them to get through these electives or the next. Let's just use English as an example. They need to get through the next reading. They have to get through a certain amount of books for a year or something like that with their students. And going through 100-something students in a year every day is definitely difficult. I could see why that's harder for them, and they just throw it at us. But at the same time, let's get some help for these teachers. There's students that can be TAs for community service hours for SEP or something like that. Help these teachers out, because the students not having a connection with their teachers and whatnot, and not being able to actually ask the question and get the answer that they're looking for, be able to genuinely learn the topic of the discussion, then we're going to start all failing and ending up here. And that sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of personal reasons why some of the students that are here, and I'm one of them. So that's another thing that kind of goes hand in hand with the high school part of things. But yeah, I agree. The teachers just kind of throw it at you, and you don't know what to do. You just kind of, hey, this is in my face, but what do I do with it?
Yeah, and another thing that just popped into my head is that, like, when you're in a big school like that, a lot of the time, they don't really have time for you to come during, like, after school or during another period to work on your stuff. It's more just, oh, get tutoring. Yeah, go pay someone to tutor you. And it's not everyone's family has the money for that. Not everyone even has the time for that. There's people who, start working ripely 16, which, that's okay, but they have to, and they don't really have a choice in that way. So it's
a little rough having to get transportation for like a job or something like that.
Yeah.
And then focusing on school in the meantime. That's what really like drowned out school for me last year was I started focusing on work, and that's how I abused the freedom that I had here. I would just decide to skip school, go to work, and focus on making money to help support myself, family, in any way I could, and then have a little bit of fun with the extra little tiny bit that was left over. And now that I'm here again, looking to just finish the year strong, and graduate hopefully soon, it's just I see it now. Like,
no, yeah,
I have to get it done.
I see it in you. I've noticed that you've been like last term. You worked your little cowboy butt off. Like, you were trying to get that stuff done, and that's good. I probably would have been done last term if I had worked on it a little bit more, but this year I'm really locking in on it.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate it.
To kind of spin back to the clique thing, I see a lot of people that are my friends, when they go through that clique, it's like, oh, that's great. Like, you kind of notice it. You notice, like, a whole difference in their whole mentality and, like, their mental health and stuff like that. What are some things that you've seen hold other people back?
Definitely hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, I think that's a really big thing. I think that the wrong crowd, I think that, the whole, oh, it's so cool to smoke weed and drink alcohol thing, I think that holds a lot of people back. I've seen people get into the wrong relationships, and that holds people back.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you got to do what you got to do, but you also have to realize we're getting older, and you have to realize when something's bad for you, and know it's bad for you. You can't just be like, oh, it's fine. No, it's fine.
You can be in love, but don't make your lover hold you back. You can go and party or whatever, but don't let that stop you from going to school. Time management is something that a lot of students have throughout the schools all around, no matter if it's Pantano or anywhere else. It's really a struggle trying to get some of these students to actually start showing up. I had a problem with that, and now that I'm like really focused on it, like the whole clique, I don't really know how it happened. I just had a whole different mindset when I came back, and I was just like, everything needs to get done, and I started showing up. I make sure that work can wait until after school, and I'm not at work for too late to where it like hinders on me showing up on time, or at least relatively close to being on time.
That was my big problem. Because I worked really late hours.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't get home till, it's already the next day. And I'm like, okay, let's get 4 hours of sleep, I guess, because I'd get home and I'd want to unwind, and so it's just choosing something that's gonna work for you. And everyone that is like wanting to work when they're in school, that's okay. You just have to realize that you have to do something that's gonna work for you. You can't just pick up anything. The hours have to work for you, because school is important.
Yeah.
It really, really is important. And once you actually start understanding it and getting it and like being confident in it, it makes you feel so much better.
Yeah.
You feel like mentally so much better. And that was a big thing for me. Like, I struggled mentally for a while. And then once I started like understanding school, I mean, I obviously had my own problems going on or whatever, but it was getting better. And once I was like, dang, I'm not that bad at this school thing.
Yeah.
It made me, I feel like it made me a good person in general because I like wanted to help other people. I find myself like being in class, I see someone who doesn't understand, and I'm like, oh, let me try to help you. Not everyone wants that help because they're not at that point yet.
Yeah, they're not ready for it. And
yeah.
They don't realize it, but they really do need that help.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we all go at our own pace. It's just kind of, sometimes I just want to grab someone and shake them and be like, you can do it, you know? But you can't do that because you can't force someone into that mindset. It's not something 100%. That you can force into someone. It's something that just comes naturally, and you just, you know, you gotta let it happen. And it sucks when you're close friends.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I have some close friends that are just kind of, like...
And you see them just falling apart, and they're not, like, really... They're getting lazier and lazier instead of more motivated. Like, you want to see them succeed,
because they're just done. They're just done. And it's like,
up.
I get it. I get 100%. It. I'm done. I am done with being here. Yeah. But I have to do what I have to do. I only have, like, a month left here. You know?
Yeah, I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
I know. I've been so excited. I've been so happy. Like, last year, because I was so determined to graduate in May.
Yeah.
And then I'd come talk to Vernon, and I'd be like, yeah, that's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah.
But that's my own doings, you know? And I feel like I'm at a point in my mind where, like, I can say, yeah, that was my own fault. I did that to myself. So now I have to be the adult that I am growing into and admit I did bad.
Yeah.
But I can do better. I
100%.
know I can do better. So now is the time to do better. And I literally am in 4 classes and I only need the credits for 2. And that's such a great feeling. Like, it just feels really good.
Yeah. And since we're giving the teachers, like, our minds right now, we're telling them, like, how this is our side of the story. This is what we go through. This is our opinion on how things have been going. I do notice there's some teachers that try to be like, well, you're not going to be able to get anything with a GED, and they try to use that against you. And sometimes that's just like, it's not motivating at all. It's the complete opposite. It's degrading. And I hate it when people use that against you, because it's like, you don't have to call me the same thing that some others are calling me, like a disappointment, or that's because it's kind of how it feels. Feels like they're attacking you instead of trying to support you. And force you to do better, but you can't be forced to do something like that. You have to be able to succumb to that on your own. And it's just, sometimes I like to just throw it in their face, like, yeah, I can do what I want with a GED. Like, my mom made it through this, and that with one. Like, why can't I? So instead of using a GED against your students, maybe use it as an option, but still try to encourage the diplomacy option a little bit more or less. Like, just find that fine line and don't cross it. That's something I'd like to point out.
Yeah, I think that was a really good point. And I think this was a really, really good conversation. And I enjoyed this conversation, actually. I think this is a really good thing to get out there. And I think maybe it'll help other students that listen.
Yeah. Pantano is an alcohol, tobacco, and drug-free campus. Please have a good rest of your day, everybody, and listen to this. Give us your opinions. We want to hear the teacher's side of the story as well. All right, bye.